So I'm just wondering a little bit about organizational development. And when I say that, it sounds like something that people can't understand. You and I have had this conversation. So if we think about something like developing a performance check-in system or like concrete things that make the development of the organization progress, can you say a little bit
Sure.
about that?
I think that's a great example. The performance development piece, you started, I think we knew we needed to do better, and we didn't really have a structured process in place and a way to do it. And I think what made for us, what worked well was not just, was first of all starting off with what the options were, how other organizations did it, how the range of ways that this could be done and done well, and then trying to have both a discussion and some analysis around what was the best fit for us. Because ultimately, that piece feels like a technical piece, but it's actually a softer piece because it actually does speak to culture and to the kind of way that you want to interact with employees, interact with each other, and managers interacting with their direct reports. And so we learned a lot through that process, and ultimately landed on something that we wouldn't have come up with on our own. That was really, really important. That I think has helped us reinforce, and I don't know if I like the word culture, but it's helped us as an organization maintain and grow a sort of personality that is important for us.
So what strikes me about your performance management system is that it really suits the organization. It talks about what the large goals are and how people are doing day to day, and the fact that you do it every 6 months as opposed to doing it once a year, and that you don't use a number evaluation for your organization really works because you have highly motivated people already. And we talked about the fact that sometimes performance evaluation can actually make people do worse if they feel they didn't get the right number, if they're people who like to get an A. So we took that piece out for you. It suited your organization.
I guess I was aware it was an option, but I wasn't aware that many organizations have that sort of approach, and it works well for them, and there's nothing wrong. In fact, there's a lot that you can get from a system like that. But at the beginning, we didn't even have the knowledge to know that was possible, and then we didn't know how to, I'll say for lack of a better term, implement it. So how do you actually make that happen?
Right.
And there was some training, people had to learn, the managers, myself, had to learn how to do that. It was a different style and a different model for performance management and for holding, staff in terms of not really accountable, but helping them grow and develop and having tough conversations when necessary. All that was part of in my mind, that process.
Right. And the system you chose is actually modeled after a large organization. It's modeled after what they do at Adobe.
Right.
Because Adobe found when they were doing these performance appraisals that they were basically spending 40 full-time FTEs or 80,000 hours on performance appraisal every year. So it is a little bit on the new side in that they did it probably 5 years ago.
Yeah. I think that there's been a lot of change, and I realized that I was sort of stuck in the past. I read a lot about 360 reviews and other things that I thought were interesting that I think have come to maybe not be seen as effective as they initially people thought they were.